All right. So this is eighth video in the series, right? So what all we discussed till now, we had seen how can we create a local repo, how local repo can be used for version control systems. Okay, we can work on different versions of our project. How can we create a remote repo, and then how can we push the local repo into the remote repo? These things we have covered up till now, right? Now it's in this session we'll try to understand how can we clone or delete a repo, right? So right now this is my what? This is my remote repo where we have file one. Okay, and it is my what? It is my local repo. All right. Now if I talk about branch on a remote repo, I have just one branch called main branch, right? In local repo, how many branches do we have? We can just see git log. Okay, so here we have two branch, main branch and dev branch. Okay, anytime if I want to create a new branch, what I can do, I can just use over here git checkout. Okay, branch, and then after the name of the branch. Okay, let's say feature. Okay, so will it create? Let's see git log. So it will create, and right now the head is connected to what? Feature branch. All right. Now I have to clone a repo. So for cloning a repo, what can we do? First of all, we can move back to my folder. That means one folder, like the folder we are right now, it is basically already a git repo. So we will just switch back, and then now we are in the the parent folder AIC MLOps, right? Now here what we can do, here I want to clone. Okay, so for cloning, what I have to do, I have to go to this particular thing, right? This particular repo I have to clone. So I'll copy this whole thing, and thereafter I can use this command. Okay, what? Git clone and then URL name. Okay, and the directory in which I want to clone, right? So let's say I'll give over here git clone. This is my URL, right? And the directory. So what directory? Let's see this is cloned, or you can say repo. Okay, let us give it a name, clone repo, right? Enter. So now the cloning is started, right? So let's say over here now, if I'll go over here, if you see, there is one more clone repo, okay, which is where the cloning is done, right? So once the cloning is done, I can do what? I can move to that particular folder that is cloned, okay, repo. Right, so this is my cloned repo. Okay, in the cloned repo, if I will just check the branch, so I'll do what? Git branch all. Okay, so this is the branch, right? So basically it is having only one branch, that is main branch. Why only one branch? Because on the remote repo we were having just one branch. Okay, that is a main branch, so that's why it is having just one branch, right? Now can we create a new branch? Yes, we can create a new branch. How can we create? We can just create over here like git checkout. Okay, and then what I can do, I can just give B, and then let's say test branch. Okay, so this will create a new branch. Okay, let's say git branch all. Okay, so now we have test branch as well over there, right? That means in this right now we are working in clone repo. In clone repo, now we have two branch, main branch and what? Test branch, right? It is a test branch that we have created, right? But on the remote, we have just what? We have just one branch, that is main branch. Okay, on the remote, we have just one branch called main branch, right? If you see git remote, okay, so what we have? Git branch. Okay, so we have over here, this is what? That means this is a local repo branch, right? And if I do git branch all, okay, so we have, this is about the main branch, and these are the local repo branch. All right, now what we have to do, if we had seen how can we clone it, right? Now let's say if I have to push the current repo that we create, sorry, current branch that we created, which branch? Test branch. Test branch currently is in local repo. We have to push it to the remote repo. So what we can do, we can just use git push, okay, what? Origin. Okay, what I have to push? I have to push test branch, right? So I can just write over test underscore branch. All right, so now let's say what happened. Okay, so it basically went to the remote repo. Let's confirm over here, come over here, right? And thereafter let's check it out. If I click here, it is saying what? Two branches now. Okay, so now we have two branches over here, main branch and test branch, right? So it's like, but both the branches having same things right now, test branch and main branch. Anyone you can choose over here, right? You can choose test branch, you can choose what? Main branch. Okay, so now in the remote repo also we have two branches. Okay, in the local repo also we have how many branches? Two branches, right? Now we will see how can we delete a branch. Okay, so you have to delete a branch in local repo. So for deleting a branch in local repo, see all the commands I had shared over here. Okay, this is what all the command I had shared, right? Now let's say I want to delete a branch, right? Which branch? Let's say same branch I want to delete, like get branch, okay, all. Okay, so I will delete test branch, right? So what I do, get branch, okay, and then D, okay, and then test underscore branch. Okay, this is what I have to delete. Okay, get branch, D stands for delete, and then test branch. Right now, let's see what happened. It is saying an error. Why it is saying error? It is saying, it is basically saying error because we are within the test branch. Okay, that's why if you see the command, first I had given what? First I have to move to main branch, and from the main branch we can delete the test branch. Right. So get checkout main. Okay. Now let's see get branch. Okay. Right now with the main branch, now let's say the same thing, get branch, delete, check, the test branch, right? Now it is being deleted. Now if you see git branch, okay, we are having only main branch, right? Now we had seen how can we clone, how can we create a new branch? After creating a new branch, how can we push it to the remote? And then we had seen how can we delete a branch, okay, in the local repo. Okay, these four things we had seen. Okay, next what we see, how can we delete a branch which is present in the remote repo? Okay, so to delete a branch which is present in the remote repo, we have to do what? We have to write over here git push origin, okay, -d test branch. Before I run this query or command, let's say if it is there or not. So if I go over here, you see still it is there, still test branches is still there, right? Okay, test branches is still there. All right, now I will run this command. Okay, so when I run this command, let's see, it is saying deleted. Now if I check it out over here, is it there? Let's refresh it. It is not there. Now only one branch is there, which is main branch. All right, done. So now I can last check one thing, get branch all. Okay, so only main branch is there. So let's conclude this session with a quick revision. What we had seen how can we clone our remote branch to the local branch, that is our local repo. Thereafter, this is for cloning the things into a folder. We had given the name as cloned folder. Now we move inside the folder, we have these things. Now within that particular repo, that is the cloned folder that we created, or the cloned repo that we created, within the cloned repo we created a new branch. Okay, within the cloned repo we created over here what? A new branch, right? And then we did what? We basically pushed that local branch into the remote repo. And then once we check out, we had seen how can we delete. This is for deleting the local branch. This is for, yeah, this is for deleting the local branch, and this is for deleting the remote branch, right? So we can just say delete. This is for deleting remote branch. Okay, and this one we had done for what? Delete local branch. Okay, and this one we did for what? For cloning remote repo into my folder. Okay, and then my folder in local system, right? This is what we did, right? Next, what we did over here we basically created a new branch in local repo, which is cloned from remote. Okay, so these things we had seen, and then we have to move to the main branch to delete the new branch that we created. Okay, so these are exercises all we did. In the next video, I'll just try to cover up the three-way merge. Okay, and that probably will be the last video in this whole Git series. Thank you everyone. We'll meet very soon.